Put those hands up. We are right back on a serious note, and we're talking about what do you say to your daughter or your son when they come to you and say, Mom, I'm ready to have sex?
Speaking of that, we're going to hold off on the daughters because I have a son. Whole different thing. See, the girl will come and approach the mother and express her emotion. The boy will say things like this. Hey, Mom, if you find me in the bed with a girl, what you'll do? Now, that is your son. This is how boys do it, okay? Boys have already went beyond of thinking about it. Boys have already did it in their mind. They just trying to see, how it's going to come into action, all right? That's how boys are. So let me explain to you.
Is that true?
Let me explain to you. Date with boys, it's black and white with boys. That's it. Ma, if you find me in a girl in the bedroom, what you'll do? Okay, let's talk. Now, with the boy, what you have to do is you let them talk because these are teenage boys growing into men, okay? And you have to give them that respect and that leeway to hear them out, okay? Because you don't want them to hold back anything from you. If they're opening up with you to tell you, I'm thinking about some stuff here, then okay. So now you sit and you talk with your son. Your son tell you, yeah, I like girls and I don't know what I'm going to do. I like a lot of girls.
That's great. We want them to like girls.
Yeah. And what I told him, I said, okay, Jeffrey, it's great that you like girls. It's wonderful because you don't want them to think it's a bad thing what they're doing. It's great that you're interacting. It's great that you're talking. It's great that you're having a good time. But you want to keep the value of your virginity for your spouse. Don't you want to do that? Now, we're talking about a boy here. He's
boy, yes.
No. And I'm like, yes, you do. Yes, you do, because it's a beautiful thing that no one has had you before your wife, and the same thing, vice versa, no one has had her. Don't you want that? Now, we're talking about a teenager here. He's not thinking. He's like, well, yeah, I think I kind of want that. I say, so that's good. Why you should wait, because you don't want to be giving it up to other people. You don't want to, spoil your goods. You want to keep your goods fresh for your potential spouse.
Well, I wish I had a man that would agree with that.
Yes. Now, again, this is the boy we're talking to. Now, he's talking, we're talking. Now, what you do as the Christian is you go and you intercede for your son.
Yes.
Anytime you get that unction, please, by all means, go take it there in the throne room. Because this is a very vital point for your child. Your child's a teenager, they are considering to have intercourse, and it's very important that they know the value of themselves. And men, boys, teenage boys, you have value as well. Just as a person, as an individual. It wasn't meant for us to be walking around here, being promiscuous.
That's right.
That's not for us.
But still, even after, what are you going to tell him? I want you to tell me, what are you telling him when he says, Mom, I understand all of that. I got urges. I got to get with her. Mama, she want to give it to me. What do you tell him?
I'm going to tell him, like I told him before, please wait.
Okay, Mama,
please,
I can't wait. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting.
I'm tired of waiting. Well, you know what? We keep it real on this show.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go over the steps of safe sex.
That's right.
Because sometimes it's inevitable, especially with a boy. They're going to do it. Because they start fiddling around and doing all kinds of stuff, and they start exploring. Girls, these girls. We're going to talk about that next, too, this aggressiveness with the girls.
Yes.
So, I would tell my son, as I told him, okay, this is what you got to use. This is what's going on. This is the demonic spirits that are going to come in your territory and attack you and approach you once you start this whole process. So now that you know this spiritually and naturally, you need to protect yourself.
That's right.
Okay? Because this is what's going to go down.
Because we want with all that we have them to be abstinent.
Sure.
And we teach them abstinence. But we can't be with them 24 hours a day.
Right.
But we want them to trust God enough and trust us enough that they will keep themselves.
Yeah.
But if they are in a position, they need to know that HIV is prevalent in teenagers.
Yes, it is.
And sometimes we can use that tool to scare them enough, but if that tool doesn't scare them, you have to teach them that you never sleep with a girl unprotected.
Right.
And a girl should never let a boy touch her unprotected. Because you're putting your life in their hands. You don't know if that child was born with HIV. It doesn't have to be always transmitted through sex. They could have been born with it, and they have been growing up with it. So now you have a young man that said, Mom, I really feel that I'm ready, and you've coached him through. You've told him why, the whys and the why not. But you must prepare them just in case he slips. We don't want them to slip, but just in case he does, he needs to know that he needs to protect himself.
And speaking of that, I want to talk about the teenage aggressiveness. And I've noticed, and being observant, considering I have a teenager, it's not so much with the boys. I'm seeing there has been a rise in our young women and our girls.
Yes.
And these girls are very aggressive.
Yes.
And I want to let you know that you are a woman. You don't have to chase after no man.
Yes.
The woman comes and the man is supposed to come and find you and to come unto you and to court you, not vice versa.
Yes.
And I see these girls, they just go and take over the poor little boy.
Yeah, they get
They prance around, and we're talking about 14 and 15. Oh no, forget this. Forget what you're doing. Just straight up, I want to go out with you. Just straight up run up on the boy. Like it's, I've seen it with my son.
Wow.
I never forget when I picked him up, and this girl, I don't know who she want. I don't know if she want my son's friend. I think she want all of them, to be honest with you. How she rolling. I picked up my son, and she turned around and said, and where you think you going? And I say, and my son said, I'm finna tell that little helper something. Do you hear me? But I had to control myself. And I noticed, I said, these girls just something else. She was just prancing and all
Is that how we were? Yes.
I guess so.
Yes, we were the same
But I
way.
had respect for people's parents.
Yeah, we had respect for the parents, but when we wanted a boy, and we know that was the boy that we wanted, we put on
That's our problem.
That's our problem. We wanted him because we didn't know the value. And we got to understand our value.
Yeah.
And we got to teach our girls their value.
That's right.
Baby, you are worth more than diamonds and rubies. And you don't have to ever be so aggressive that you got to chase him. If you are the girl for him, he will come after you,
baby.
He will come out, and it will be clean. It's the movies, it's video games, hanging out at the mall. It's not about the bedroom. Take the bedroom out of your mind.
And
Let's
if
move on.
you find that you're a girl and you dating, because I've been in situations before when I was a teenager, and if you find yourself dating someone and they insist on showing nasty things, they got nasty stuff on their cell phone and they doing nasty things, that ain't the person for you. I'm telling you right now, because that's the only thing that's on their mind, not you, but that. Okay, and you know what that is. All right, which is what is in between your legs. That's all what they're interested in.
So
what you have to do is make a conscious effort and decision in your mind, because you still have the right. You're young, but you still have the right to say no.
No.
You still have the right to
But listen to
desire
this.
what you want.
But listen to this.
What?
This is gonna knock you out.
Please don't knock me out.
I just gotta. This is gonna knock you out.
Don't knock me out.
This little girl wanted these boys so bad. She was dropping sex drugs in their drink. Okay? And what was happening
I'm not having any more kids.
She was doing this and drugging these boys and literally taking advantage of them.
How old was she?
I don't know. I can't recall it. I'm going to look it up. But she was dropping a sex pill in their drink.
I hear you out there. That's my kind of girl. No, it is
That's
not.
not your
Stop
kind
it.
of girl. And girls, just wait. And me and my daughters, we're very candid. We're very open. And I talk to my girls, and yes, my daughter does have 2 children. But I did talk to her. I did instruct her. I did try to keep her away. I did tell her about protection. But unfortunately, sometimes they do not listen. So I have 2 grandchildren. My daughter is 21, and I tried my best to prevent it. I told her about the guys. I'm sorry, I don't have a problem with the guys with the dreads in their hair, but any little young man that walk around with those dirty things in his hair and he doesn't wash them, then he's a potential to not even value who you are. And I used to try to protect her from these little boys, but unfortunately I wasn't. But we're still going to come back, and we're going to close that out. We'll be